He is playing False Cure, Beacon of Immortality. False Cure, a black instant, I believe, that says until the end of the turn, whenever someone would gain life, they instead lose that much life. And Beacon of Immortality doubles target player's life. And doubling your life means that you gain your life total. And so if you have False Cure in effect, then instead of Beacon of Immortality doubling target player's life total, it says kill target player. Or, in fact, more accurately, set target player's life total equal to exactly 0, which usually kills them.
Usually.
Not always. They could Violent Outburst, Hypergenesis, Platinum Angel, if they had that.
Yeah, they could. There are a lot of ways to Platinum Angel, I suppose.
Yeah, but, I mean, if you somehow manage to not lose when you're at 0, then you can get out of it.
Instant speed, drop a Persecutor into play, and then give it to their opponent with a quickened donate.
Yeah.
But usually it's good enough.
Usually good enough. 5 2-mana lands, 3 tombs, 2 cities, 6 islands, and 8 fetch lands. So a pretty sparse mana base.
4 tombs. That surprises me.
I mean, you don't want to take that much damage.
Yeah.
And you aren't like really building your mana base up. Usually, like island plus 2 mana land will suffice.
Dream Hall's such a cool deck. I mean, Lou Laskin was playing Dream Halls this weekend. I believe he was X-1 before the last round. I didn't get to talk to him in between, so...
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. Basically plays a ton of cantrips, 11 in this list. Intuitions, Show and Tells, a trio of Dazes, Dream Halls, 1 Beacon, 1 False Cure, 4 Force Wills, a Pact of Negation, and 4 Progenituses. And 4 Confluxes, of course. Conflux, that bulk rare from Conflux? Is Conflux in Conflux?
Yes. Conflux
so weird.
Is the first ever mythic rare that is a sorcery.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you keep track of this? You're real. Wow.
Yeah. It is the first.
Just a wealth of knowledge up there.
Yeah. Jeremy probably knows that because I said that during coverage. I think
Just
2 weeks ago.
Now?
2 weeks ago. Yeah. Now, Conflux was the second set that had mythic rares. And the first set was Shards of Alara. And there were no mythic sorceries in Shards of Alara. So, Conflux, a pretty interesting card. I remember I actually played it in Limited once.
You played Conflux Unlimited?
Yeah, I played Conflux Unlimited.
What'd you get with it?
I got like everything with it. I got like an Enlisted Worm. I had so much stuff. I had a Bit Blast in that deck.
This must be a sweet draft format.
Shards?
Yeah.
It was okay. I mean, you just took the best card out of every pack and then took mana fixing really high. And that's what I did. Like, I did really well in the format. Like, I 6-0'd Limited at Worlds in that format. And, like, honestly, just, like, my strategy was just take the best card every time. All right, anyway.
That sounds delightful. So, Jeremy, the Zoo player, is on a multi 5.
Especially bad here when he's up against, a combo deck. When you're on a multi 5, it's pretty hard to shut the game out by, like, turn 4, which is what you want to be doing against Dream Halls.
Yeah.
Right here we see Bronson Magnan playing at table 2, still undefeated. And
playing against, I believe, Pat Price, the Blue-Red Delver player.
Oh, that's just brutal. Jeremy, on the mullet 5, his opponent goes turn 1 preordained, keep both.
Yeah, he's dead.
Go. He's just dead.
So demoralizing.
Yeah. He might be dead next turn.
Yeah. Mountain, huh?
And a Lavamancer.
The 20-turn clock begins.
Yeah. Probably more around like 16. You're going to get some pings in, right?
Yeah.
On redraw value alone. Alright, another preordain.
Sees yet another preordain. Did he preordain into preordain and keep them?
I don't know. Right, Ben McDole has the Ancient Tomb for turn 2. Ancient Tomb, a really, really powerful card.
Any land that taps for multiple mana is pretty far up the power curve.
And when I first saw that card, I was very impressed with it. I was also very happy it got printed because at the time I played red. As a kid, I was a red kid.
Made your work so much easier. Yeah. Everyone starts at like 14.
But ended up not really mattering because back then things were different.
They're casting Tinker for an 8/8. Or
well, Tinker didn't exist yet.
What were people doing with Ancient Tomb then?
They were like ramping into their like Cadaverous Bloom. Or
and then squandered resource killing you?
Yeah, like prosperity
yeah.
ramps and stuff like that. Magic was weird. Nobody played creatures. Yeah.
So is Jeremy going to actually play a third land when Ben McDole preordained tops?
Perhaps.
So right. Ben casts Brainstorm.
Just tons of cantrips here for Ben.
Keeps cantripping. Sees a fetch land. I'm trying to figure out how he doesn't have Jeremy dead here.
Yeah, so Ben here cracking that Scalding Tarn. Gonna find himself another island.
I can't imagine that we don't see a show and tell for Dream Halls.
Yeah, I mean, it's somewhat surprising that Ben hasn't won yet. I mean...
Okay.
It's a show and tell. Jeremy puts card face down. And Ben has the Dream Halls.
And
Jeremy has his Jitte. Do nothing. So
okay, so discard Brainstorm, cast Conflux.
Yeah. Now Conflux is going to search for Conflux.
Well, Pact of Negation. So Pact of Negation is the blue card. Conflux gets one card of every color and puts them in your hand. Yep. Progenitus is the something color. Conflux is the something else color. And then Beacon Cure.
Yep.
What's that do?
Yeah, and Jeremy's writing this down, but I don't think he's played against Dream Halls before because...
So he gets 2 Progenituses, a Conflux, a Pact of Negation, and a False Cure. Mm-hmm. So he's going to pitch a Progenitus, shuffle it in, and cast Conflux. And cast False Cure, sure. And he already had the Beacon.
Yep.
Good games with the handshake.
Yeah, so moving on to game 2. And I mean, that's what Dream Halls does.
Yeah.
Dream Halls just kills you immediately. So awesome. Dream Halls is one of my favorite combo decks in the format. It's something you don't really see that often. I think it's really powerful. It's somewhat difficult to play at times.
I agree. A lot of the challenge of the deck really is in its building.
Yeah.
When you pilot it, it's another show and tell deck, but when you build it, you have to figure out every slot correctly.
You really need to... there are a lot of different options, too, when you're going about building Dream Halls. The Dream Halls decks have been around just about forever.
Yeah.
And obviously Conflux limits your options a lot. Like, that's the thing is, in the deck, the versions of Dream Halls used to be much more diverse. And, I mean, basically they were unplayable, though, in Legacy. They were like, Dream Halls was a standard deck.
I think Dream Halls was banned in Legacy. I think it was actually on the original Legacy banned list. I think it was unbanned at some point.
It's reasonable.
I'm going
I can buy
to
that.
check into that.
Yeah, so
So yes, Dream Halls was unbanned at the same time as Entomb and Metalworker.
huh. So that wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah, it was 2009, September.
Entomb. I remember when they unbanned that one. That had a little more of an effect than Dream Halls did.
In fairness, that's because Mystical Tutor was still legal, and a lot of press was made by subsequently banning Mystical Tutor. Were you paying attention to Legacy that much when it was banned?
Yes, I was.
What did you think of that?
I think Mystical Tutor needed to be banned. I mean, the format was just too... I felt like it was very random. I played in a few events where you play against these combo decks and you really feel like you don't really have that much control over your own destiny. The combo decks are way too consistent with that card.
Okay.
Just giving...
I can see that.
Vamp Tutor's way too good.
Yeah. I think that instantly tutoring for other powerful instants in an Eternal format is very, very powerful. And a lot of people loved that card. It became sort of a flag for many to carry.
Mystical Tutor?
Yeah.
Understandably so. I mean, it's a pretty awesome card.
Yeah. But that it was struck down before it was ready to be struck down. They wanted it to dominate more.
That's fair. But, come on. People need to get over it.
People felt the same way about Survival, though, and we had a lot more data on just how dominant Survival was.
Yeah, Survival was so much better than every other deck. It didn't matter what variant of Survival you were playing. The best aggro deck in the format was a Survival deck. The best control deck in the format was a Survival deck. The best combo deck in the format was a Survival deck.
Yeah.
It was... Survival of the Fittest was just too strong.
I mean, Patrick Chapin made it a crusade of his to get Survival banned in Legacy for, the span of maybe a month and a half. Just writing about it nearly every week, talking about how, its influence was too great, and it was the best aggro, control, and combo deck in the format, how nothing else had better than a 50-50 matchup with it, and how it was 1 in 3 to make top 16 of a given Star City Games Legacy Open.
Which is pretty absurd, because there's no other deck that comes close to that.
Yeah. I mean, Rug Delver right now, you are not 33% to make top 16 of a Legacy Open just by sleeving up Delvers and Nimble Mongoose.
How are your chances if you sleeve up Dream Halls?
I don't think we have that much data on it.
Probably not. There are not many Dream Halls players.
Yeah. Someone notes on Twitter that Mystical Tutor also existed in an era where the rules allowed you to float mana through phases as opposed to steps, and that activating Lion's Eye Diamond in your upkeep after you've cast Mystical Tutor allows you to use that mana to cast an instant in your draw step, and that is a contributing factor to Mystical Tutor's dominance back in the day. Whereas nowadays, mana empties at the end of every step, as opposed to the end of every phase.
That's true. I mean, I still think Mystical Tutor's still too good.
Sure.
I mean, it was better. Still too good.
Yeah. But even better than too good.
Yeah, some people on Twitter talking about Dream Halls a bit, mentioning the older versions of the deck that won by Cruel Ultimatuming their opponent over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, the Cruel Ultimatum Nuklivy package was the original one. I liked it quite a bit. Jeremy's mulling to 5 again.
Oh
Jeez.
my gosh.
what started out as a naturally lopsided matchup is not looking to get any better through the fate of the shuffling gods.
And I mean, this match is probably taking significantly longer than it would have had he kept 7 card hands both games, simply because of the time it's taking to shuffle.
Sure. I think at this point they've probably shuffled more than they've played.
Yeah. Ben McDole is I believe he is a level 3 judge.
Yeah, in the area.
I've had him make rulings before with me. I've always been happy what he said.
No, he's a gentleman.
Yeah.
Is that Bronson's hat?
Once. It is Bronson's hat. I see Bronson here. He's hatless.
Ben stole Bronson's hat. I don't know what to make of that.
Yeah. Now, Jeremy leads things off with a Windswept Heath to grab a Taiga. Well, there's been a little bit interested in the art on Taiga. I feel like it's not very Taiga-esque. I expect more pine trees, a little more
it's a little
density.
snowier.
Yep. And Wild Nicodle. Now, Wild Nicodle is somebody who I'd expect more to see hanging out on a tropical island than in a taiga, but somehow he's significantly more powerful when hanging out in a taiga.
Yeah.
A Ponder from Ben McDole. Gonna start setting up this combo.
So, Jeremy has 3 red elemental blasts in his sideboard. He has a Gaddock Teague in his main deck. He has 3 Kasali Pride Mages in his main deck. His matchup's a little better after sideboarding, but it's still not great.
Yeah, it still seems pretty rough for him. I mean, one of the big problems with anything that you're interacting with Dream Halls can go off in response. It requires a lot of cards in hand, but it does it quite often. Like I've had games against Dream Halls where I've had a Rev in hand and targeted their Dream Halls, and they've just gone off in response.
Really?
Yeah, again. So, or like by not going off in response again, but by just being able to recast the Dream Halls rather.
Sure.
Because the combo itself, like before you even get to use the removal spells, they already kind of recreate their own combo if you're going to stop it.
If you red blast the Dream Halls in response to their conflicts,
they can just get the combo again.
Yeah, they get a Dream Halls and another conflux.
And then you just die anyway the next turn.
Right.
But if you're Zoo, 1 turn might be all you need.
Yeah.
Alright, Ben, tapping the Ancient Tomb on the island. Looks like this is going to be a show and tell, and no, it's an intuition. And then step into intuition, and this is going to be grabbing let's see. I assume 3 show and tells or 3 Dream Halls, depending on what's in Ben's hand. Something interesting that's cool about the Dream Halls deck is that, with Pact of Negation, with Force of Will, it's pretty easy to protect your combo.
Yeah. Getting 3 confluxes.
Ooh. Alright. So he's already got the...
Yeah, he has everything he needs. You can have this one. You're dead.
Yep. Going to make Ben McDole take the middle conflux, feeling that conflux is the least powerful of the 3.
Ben still takes the one on the right.
Ben, defiant to the end, taking the conflux not offered to him by the opponent, and pay 3. And here's a show and tell. Sometimes at the Academy, show and tell becomes run and hide.
Yeah. So, Pact of Negation targeting Pyroblast pushes the show and tell through. Show and tell resolves for Dream Halls. Progenitus pitched, cast Conflux.
With Force Blue card in hand. Progenitus, False Cure, Beacon, Progenitus. Yeah. That's
Shows
it.
that he kept the combo in. And that will be the end of a very lopsided match.
And poor Jeremy Blair sitting there mulling